Hey everyone, we're coming in today to speak about some virtual event platforms. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll be reviewing different platforms that can be applied to planning virtual events or hosting virtual webinars or large virtual events, however you use it. So we have a lot of clients who are taking their what used to be in-person events and moving them into the virtual realm, the digital realm, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we thought it would be a good idea to do kind of a deep dive into some of what's out there in the market. So we're kicking off today with a platform called Demio. And we found Demio just by doing a kind of a market research analysis, and it stood out because of its ease of use. So overall, I really think that Demio, and as a team, we'll dig in a little bit here as well, but I think Demio is a good solution for someone who is doing a lot of potentially marketing type sessions using webinars as the basis for that. So if you're a nonprofit organization who is doing a lot of speaker series or panel discussions that used to be done in person, Demio would be a great potential solution for you to take that into virtual. So another potential client out there would be any sort of business coach who is looking to do a free webinar and kind of create a drip marketing campaign. So Demio does convert any of your recorded sessions into reusable content, and it integrates with a lot of marketing platforms like Drip, where you can say, I want this email to be sent out 2 days after someone signs up, 4 days after someone signs up, so on and so forth. So it creates that multi-touch point marketing strategy out of those webinars that you're producing. Another one would be kind of a entry-level software as a service or SaaS company. If you're doing free product demos or free informational sessions to gain traction and collect some email addresses so you can retarget later. Those were the three that we kind of identified as a team that would be a good fit for this platform. Speaking through a little bit of the user experience, I'm going to pitch it over to Lauren, who can chat about the ease of use of Demio.
Yeah, so it is a pretty easy platform to use when creating the registration page and even setting up the room, they call it. It's pretty simple. You can just plug in your logo, you can plug in brand colors, you can give the event a title, a description, and then you can add in guest speakers and put in their photos, their bios, any links they might have. It does not have a ton of customization though, so we gave it a score 8 out of 10 for ease of use because it is pretty easy. It's not hard to make it look good. It just is hard to make it very customized to your brand. So for customization, we rated it a 4 out of 10. That being said, it still looks very nice and clean regardless of what branding you're putting in there. It keeps the font the same, very easy to read. It keeps the colors consistent. So I think you get to choose one accent color that will be like buttons, some header text, etc. But the rest of it is primarily white.
And then the interface I thought was pretty easy to kind of wrap your head. It's very like traditionally laid out where it's screen on one side and chat panel on the other, but it does have things like emojis and GIFs in there, so it is a little bit more engaging, right?
Yeah. And it also gives you the ability to like documents or something. So I always think of that like if it's a seminar or something and there are supplemental materials that go along with the presentation, like worksheets or something like that, you can upload those into the room.
And Turnkey, I mean, when we were doing our kind of walkthrough as a team, we were able to generate a event in a matter of minutes, right? That we could potentially like basically go live with.
Yeah.
Super easy. Awesome. So yeah, user experience, very easy to use, wrap your head around, get up and running pretty quickly. And especially because they do offer that free trial for, it was 14 days, Juan, is that correct?
Yeah, 14 days, you get about, I believe, like one webinar only and limit to 20 participants. But it's great to at least get set up, test the platform, see if it works for you, even run one small event out of it.
Definitely. So switching over to some of the technical side, Juan, can you give us an overview of some of the highlights and lowlights of the platform?
Yeah, so I think biggest highlight, it is entirely web-based, which is great considering that if you're a small software as a service company or your clients are on restricted access on their computers, it's good that they don't have to download a separate thing. And sometimes it's like, oh, I had trouble installing the web client for another platform. This all runs on your browser, whether it's Firefox, Chrome, or Safari. So that's a great point. But with that said, we gave it a 4 out of 10 as a security rating, just because it being entirely web-based, it means it lacks some of the high security features like end-to-end encryption, uh, more password protected, controls like a waiting room, things like that we have seen other platforms adopt recently. So Demio lacks on that side. Again, it's a smaller platform, and you can't trade one thing for the other. And then on the integration side, we gave it a 3 out of 10. Just it has great integrations on like drip campaigns and like MailChimp and like email automation. So it's great marketing tools, but it lacks in integrations. Like we cannot push video to Facebook or Instagram. So as we see more companies using social media to reach more people, it, we will have liked to see some integrations with some video streaming platforms.
Yeah,
And
and one
all your
thing I
stuff,
think worth mentioning there is that it is API based, which some of these platforms aren't API, meaning that you can't make a call and create that custom integration to another software. It's nice because it is web based that you could do that API. We didn't dig too much into what exactly is API capable. So they are on Zapier, meaning that some of those integrations have already been vetted. But anytime you go into that route, you're getting much more technical.
I think it's also worth mentioning that these are for free events, so there isn't a payment option. So whoever is attending will not be paying for the event. There isn't a PayPal integration or Stripe or anything like that.
Yeah, while we're on that, I know we've done a couple workarounds for similar platforms like that. What would your recommendation be, Lauren, if you did need to do a ticketing system with a free platform?
It would be something along the lines of someone signs up, and then once they pay through one of your payment platforms, you send them the link to the conference or whatever it
Session
might
or
be.
yep.
Yeah.
Got it. So it's more of like the e-commerce capability on the site that gets you the link, but the payment has to be made. Obviously, anyone could share the link after that is purchased, and you're kind of relying on the goodwill of people to do it the right way. Awesome. On the price side, I think overall, it's a low cost of entry to get going with attendees under 150 attendees per session. I'm sorry, 50 or under. It's at that $34 per month price point. Then I do think that the jumps in subscription levels make sense to the price points. The next one is $69 for 150 attendees, and then $160 for up to 500. Again, if you're doing a big public event, we've had some conversations with some of our clients about big virtual festivals, things like that. For larger guest count numbers where you're expecting a lot of people jumping on for free, this would not be the solution for you because you would be paying a lot of money for that additional attendee since it is an attendee-based subscription model. But overall, final thoughts, I think for me, it's a good middle of the road product for those businesses that we mentioned. It would be a good low cost entry solution to explore. Maybe do that free trial and explore that for your first webinar session. If you like the interface, if you're looking for something super easy, definitely worth potentially the $34 a month. But if you're looking for something kind of enterprise level that you're doing a larger meeting or conference in with multiple features and facets, definitely not the solution for you. Lauren, final thoughts?
It's easy. That's all I got. If you don't really know much about design or interfaces in general, I think that it's a good option. But
awesome. And Juan?
Everything.
Yeah, I think definitely easy is the biggest selling point. I mean, we went from signing up to having an event ready link in probably 10 to 15 minutes, which is really small window compared to other platforms. So I think that's a huge thing. If that's what you need, something quick and easy to use, then Demio is probably a great alternative.
Awesome. For our complete review and some additional details that we didn't mention here in the recording, feel free to read through our blog. This blog will also have links directly to their site. The pricing information is on Demio's website, along with your ability to sign up for a free trial. And you can go through that same onboarding that we went through with basically not speaking to a representative from Demio, which is also nice as well. So if you're considering a turnkey solution, this might be a good one for you in the marketing heavy realm, and there will be more to come. So thank you, everyone.